Yay, we're live.
Are we?
Yes, it says you're live. Go out and go back in.
Story of my life. There we go. Hey, we're live. I can hear me too.
All right, let's thank you everybody for joining. I'm Christina,
I'm Steven.
and we do Thursday live streams.
Yay!
So thank you for joining us for our fifth, sixth,
I don't know. I lost count.
somewhere in there live stream. We're doing these every Thursday, so you're welcome to join us and hang out and talk theme parks. We're just a couple of theme park
Nerds
nerds,
that we just want to talk to people about theme parks.
and we love to
We have
travel.
nothing else going on in life.
No. So in tonight's topic, I try to have a topic every week, and tonight we are going to go over our trip last week. We went to Universal Orlando last week for a big family trip.
Yep.
And we did 5 days, 4 days, and then one night at HHN.
Yes.
So we had a full week. 20,000 plus steps.
20,000 steps every day.
Mm-hmm.
But it was a good trip. We had fun.
We did. I had a lot of fun. We had an extended family with us, so it wasn't
just us and Penelope.
Yeah.
It was my parents and my sister.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we were kind of showing them around Universal instead of just going and doing what we wanted to.
Yes.
Because we could totally just go and vibe and hang out at the park all day.
We've done that many times.
Yes. All right. So speaking of vibes, what was your overall vibe of this trip compared to past visits?
Way more stressful than our normal trips. No. Again, we were concerned. I only say that because we were concerned with making sure my family got to see everything that they could, and they didn't get to see everything. But
yeah, we
spent 2 days at Epic, and then 1 day at Studios, and 1 day at Islands of Adventure.
Yeah, so they didn't get to see. Like, I had big plans, and I think we talked on a previous video about how I was like, sorry, I'm just trying to get situated.
Pushing me off.
Like, I had planned out. I'm very much a planner, if you haven't picked up on that by now.
I'm not.
So I had like full itineraries prepared. Like, knew what I know they're big. They would enjoy the shows, so I knew what times all the shows were at each park and was ready. But it didn't go.
I knew what shows I wanted them to see, but I didn't have it all planned out. It was more like, hey, when this show starts, we need to make sure we're back over here. So I think you will enjoy this show. Not, you have to be here at this exact time.
Well, I wasn't planning like that level of like, I didn't take a chart and have it all right.
Yeah, you had it in your head.
Yeah. I had an idea of what I wanted to do with them for the whole day. Now, I even had factored in like some of the things that I knew Penelope liked and that she'd want to do.
And that's why it was stressful.
I might have overthought this and overplanned, which I tell people all the time, don't overplan their trips. And then I went and overplanned my trip.
You never overthink stuff.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is. I think they say they had a great time.
They said they had a good time, so.
Yeah, and that's what does matter. They got to spend time with our daughter at the theme parks, and I think everybody had a great time. So overall,
if they didn't have a good time, that's their own fault at that point.
Yes.
We tried to make sure that they got to see everything, but we also didn't push them to go every minute of the day. So there was time to go back to the room at the hottest points of the day or the rainiest parts of the day.
I think that was one of the trickiest things is we're used to going, like, we're bad about going park open and park close.
Well, also, if it's crazy busy, just leave and go back to the hotel and
yeah.
come back at the hottest part of the day and come back in a few hours when it's a little less crowded.
Mm-hmm. And I knew.
But we've seen everything, so that's not a big deal to us.
Yes. And I figured they would want to go back and rest every day, which they
did a couple
didn't.
days.
Yeah, they did a couple of days. But overall, yeah, it was a different vibe. I was probably more stressed than I normally am. And they may not have picked up on that, but I know Steven did.
Nah, it was a good trip.
Yeah.
It was a great trip.
They had fun. Just for reference, just so you can see across the board, it was us and then Steven's sister, which is a little bit younger, our daughter, that is 10, and then your parents are in their 70s.
70s, yes.
So several age differences there, trying to make sure
3 generations.
everybody is enjoying and having a good time. And I think they did. If they didn't, I finally was like, okay, if they didn't have fun, then that's on them.
We tried. We tried to show them all the best places to eat, all the best shows to go see.
Yes, because they were definitely not willing to. That was my favorite thing. Not my favorite thing. Probably, I'm being sarcastic there, is I would be like, okay, where do y'all want to go eat? Whatever you want. Like, okay, then let's go eat here. What would you like? I don't know. What do you think we should eat?
So just for reference, none of them did any sort of research. They just purely went on 100% on what we said to do or to eat or to go or where to go.
I mean, we knew this because it was that way last year.
We knew that going in, so it wasn't a surprise.
Mm-hmm. We took them to Disney last year, so it was.
I'm glad, for me personally, I'm still glad my parents got to go and see it. They've never been. Last year was the first time they've seen Disney World, and this year was their first time seeing Universal.
Yeah.
Knowing them, they're not theme park nuts or nerds, so they probably will never go again. But my dad said he enjoyed both parks.
Yeah. My mother-in-law said the same. We were Thursday night, we waited a good bit in line for the carousel. Mm-hmm. And she loved the lights. She was looking around at how pretty the place was. Mm-hmm. You could see Super Nintendo World from the line, and she commented a few times how pretty lit up it was, and it was.
Yeah.
I think they were amazed by how much detail there was in the parks, and I think they enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Did you try a new park strategy or stick to the usual plan? No, we did not stick to our usual plan.
It's lovely to meet you.
Oh, I don't need you.
And we still don't have a strategy for Epic Universe.
No, I thought I had a strategy going in.
I think we got a better strategy on our second day at Epic. And that was go straight to Stardust Racers.
We'll have to talk through Epic at a later date because
we haven't been enough to develop I guess we've been 4 times total.
Well,
2 days for the preview and then 2 days for this trip.
Yes.
So we're still developing our early admission strategy.
Yes, I think early admission is going to be the hang up there for most people because we have a whole video talking about a 2-day itinerary for Epic, and I still think that applies. I think what I was missing is when we did that video was how busy it was.
Oh, you went for your video was for preview for the pass holder preview, not for regular operations.
Yes, that.
Oh man, don't go to Nintendo World.
First thing,
don't go to
not
Nintendo
if you
World.
don't like to be overwhelmed or.
It was so crowded first thing in the morning.
Yeah, and that day, unfortunately, there was a few rides down for early park admission, so everybody was going to Mario.
I will say, I don't understand the logic behind for that park, considering how new it is, to just not open all the lands for early admission. I understand islands.
Yeah.
And I understand they kind of Universal Studios Florida doesn't open and they don't get early admission, but they don't open the entire park at 9:00.
They rarely have early admission.
No,
but
yeah. They open like half the park at 9 and then the other half opens at 10, but they don't open at like 8.
yeah.
And I understand the logic behind that, but considering how busy,
And most
Epic
people go
is-
straight to the Wizarding World.
yes, that's why they don't open the back half of the park.
Yeah.
Springfield, Men in Black, DreamWorks, or ET.
Yeah. So we had a strategy. Like for the other two parks, I knew we weren't going to get everything done because we only had one day at each.
Mhm.
But for Epic, I knew we would need 2 days, but I almost think we could have used the third day.
Oh yeah, it was so crowded.
It was super busy. And like this is September after Labor Day. I guess I thought, I mean, historically it's a slower time.
Like I expected the other islands and studios to be less crowded, but studios was crazy busy for a Monday.
Yeah.
Everything was 45 minutes to an hour wait
Mhm.
at the least.
And the crazy thing is on Friday, Islands was like dead.
Islands was dead. It was
We
great.
rode everything we wanted to.
Yeah, we rode everything. And the problem with my family is they think, okay, I rode everything, so we're done for the day. Whereas we're like, oh, we rode everything. Okay, let's go ride Spider-Man 2 or 3 more times because we enjoy Spider-Man. But they're kind of, okay, we rode Spider-Man. Why are we going to ride it again?
Yeah.
So it was Friday, which was the day that shocked me because usually Monday is going to be a slower day than a Friday is.
Yeah, we thought
And
so.
Islands of Adventure is usually going to be busier than Studios.
Mhm.
But Islands was dead on a Friday, but Studios was crazy busy on a Monday. So yeah, it was.
I mean, we enjoyed it.
We park hopped over to Studios on Friday, so
until
my
they
parents were able to
closed.
do a couple things they didn't get to do on like Men in Black and
Mhm.
Minions Mayhem. We still didn't get them on
ET.
ET, but ET made like 100-minute wait
At one point, it was.
both days.
Yeah. So we never got, which I thought they would have really enjoyed. So maybe.
ET, I love ET.
Yeah, so we didn't get to do that. And then we did go back on Friday. We went over to Studios for a couple hours and then it closed for
Yeah, they were
Halloween Horror
closed.
Nights.
Yeah.
And so we went back to Islands because it was open for a couple more hours. And we did actually go eat at Mythos, which
That was the first.
first for us. It was
Yep.
amazing. We'll talk more about that. But yeah, strategy was definitely different. I guess but too because we're showing people
Yeah,
versus
it
just
wasn't
going and hanging out.
Well, you have a different strategy when you go multiple times a year versus
Yeah,
this is like the only time you're going to go
that is true.
probably in your lifetime.
That is true. We wanted to make sure they hit all the highlights and everything
Yes.
we thought they would enjoy. They're not really. They've never read or watched Harry Potter, so we went through those areas because, especially because Penelope loves doing that stuff. I mean, I love doing that stuff,
Mhm.
but
They seem to enjoy the lands.
yeah, they did.
They didn't understand any of the
My
references.
father-in-law
but-
loved the Paris one the most because he's been to Paris several
Mhm.
times,
He
and
used to go to France quite a bit for work, so he's.
Mhm.
I told him I'd seen online where they said they had people actually come who've been to Paris and say, "Wow, the Wizarding World and Epic really mimicked Paris." And he goes, "Yeah, it really did feel like he was in Paris
Mhm.
while he was in that land."
Yeah, even when we were eating lunch, he was just looking around
Yeah,
like
he
this
was-
looks so
He-
much
yeah,
like a
he was
pub I've
comparing
been
that
to.
to other places he'd been to in Europe. So yeah, so I got to say the theming. Whereas I've never been to France or Europe, so
Yeah.
like, whatever. But he was pointing out how much he enjoyed the theming in the land.
Mhm. What surprised you most this time, good or bad?
Surprised me most. What do you mean?
I think what surprised me most was the crowds.
Are we discussing HHN at all? Or are we just discussing theme parks?
We can go overall. The whole week. What surprised you the most the whole week?
The crowds at studios on Mondays truly surprised me.
Mm-hmm.
Usually Monday is not, or studios is not that bad.
Yeah.
No, I expected the crowd levels at Epic. That didn't surprise me. But then the crowd levels for HHN on a Wednesday night. Oh my goodness, that was insanity. Like, I expected it to be busy, but that was beyond my expectation. We only got half the houses done because we did Stay and Scream. So we were able to start, an hour and 15 minutes before the official opening.
Yeah, we started at 5:15. Like, we
were in line
there.
at before 4.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't even get to do Five Nights at Freddy's because it was already at capacity.
Yeah.
Before it opened.
Yeah, at 4:15, we went straight into the WWE house.
Yes.
And then we went to the back of the park, and we
knocked out everything at the back of the park.
And I mean, one could argue that some of it was on us because we did go see the show.
Don't put that on us. We got the show. We got to the Nightmare Fuel show 30 minutes early, and the line was already stupid long. Like, I was concerned that we were going to find a seat. It was so long.
I wasn't sure we were going to, and I started making my way through the...
Oh, yeah. She punched a hole right through the crowd.
Well, they said there's no line past this point.
You punched through every little hole you could find, and I held on to your backpack and let you pull me through. Oh, no. We got way farther in front than I thought we would get.
The show was really good.
Oh,
it was worth seeing it. I mean, I was sad that we weren't going to get the other 5 houses done, but I knew we weren't going to get everything done. I thought we would get more than 5 done.
I was hoping we would get 7 or 8 houses done.
Yeah.
Like, I had no illusions that we would get Five Nights at Freddy's because I knew it was such a crazy line.
Yeah.
So if we did get done, I didn't have any personal ties to Five Nights at Freddy's, but I thought there was a few houses we would have, few more, especially we didn't get to do the El Artista house.
Yeah.
Which I really wanted to do, but it was still just a really long line.
And I wanted to do the Jason one.
I wanted to do Jason. That one seems like, from what we'd seen, the most intense.
Yeah.
I would love to have had a second night to go, but just the way our trip worked out, it just wasn't in the cards.
Oh, trust me. I've already been looking at our budget and was like, is there any way we can make one more night work? And it's just...
Yeah.
Logistically, I don't think it's going to make sense.
Oh, the other thing that surprised me, our child overcame her fear of roller coasters and rode Velocicoaster.
Yes.
That surprised me, and I was proud of her for it.
Yes. That was a big highlight. She did that on Friday. We were all going to Velocicoaster, and I was like, okay, just stay here with Papa. We'll be out in just a few minutes. And she's like, no, I'm going. And I was just like,
well, all right, let's go.
Okay.
She tried to back out when we got to the locker area, but at that point, hey, you're committed. Let's go. And she got through it.
Yeah, she was fine. I mean, say she tried to back out. It was like she had a moment of, I don't know that I can do this.
Yes.
And we were like, you've got this. You've got this. You rode other things.
She rode with you, and I was behind y'all. And I watched her during the ride, and she's, if you ride roller coaster, especially young children, the first time they're over there with their eyes closed, she was looking around on the roller coaster.
Well, that's what I had told her walking up. I was like, she loves dinosaurs.
Yes.
She's a huge fan of Jurassic
World. She loves Blue.
Yes. I was like, look for Blue on the ride. She's in there. So I think she was doing that.
I know what she was looking. Yeah, she was looking for the 4 raptors.
Yeah. But I looked over at her a couple times too, and I was impressed that her eyes were open.
I was proud of her.
So funny. We got the picture, and like I look like, because I'm like telling her, "You've got this."
Oh yeah, we don't normally get the ride photos. We had to get the ride photo for her. Mm-hmm. That was a requirement.
Yeah, I'm so proud of her. She done so well. Like we've taken her on a few roller coasters, not that intense, but like have flipped at Dollywood. And granted, there's been a couple years in between.
She's still terrified of the Mummy, but
she's not a fan. But
But hey, she got
She did
through.
great. I was super
Yes.
impressed. When we got to the stop, she had she had to take her breath, like the whole, oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that.
She overcome one fear. She might be about ready to do HHN next year.
She wanted to go this year, but
She wanted to see the dolls. Let's Play Dead House.
she's
She
10.
watched the POV of the other of the YouTubers that did it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she wanted to, and she wanted to see the Masquerade Brawl.
That was
which
one,
was really
probably
good,
one
yeah.
of my. I'll say that Masquerade was probably number 2 scare zone for me.
No, the cat. She wanted to see the cat.
Yeah, I could see her want to see the cat.
But I wasn't sure that I was afraid it would scare her and she would like panic attack and we'd have to leave.
Yeah, that would have been terrible.
So just because she's still not, I don't want to say she's a scaredy cat, but she's
10.
She's 10, yeah. And we don't watch those
We don't watch
movies or
horror
anything. We
movies
don't
at
let her
all.
watch
Yes.
anything like that. So I told him, I was like, she would be fine during the day while we're there, like when HHN opened. But as soon as it got dark, she would be out.
So like I knew what most of the houses were, but it's really more of a knowledge I gained from Wikipedia. I don't watch the Terrifier. I did watch Five Nights at Freddy's. Jason, I really haven't watched those movies. I understand what's going on, but we don't actively watch horror movies.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess HHN is kind of what would you say? I don't know.
We enjoy it. We enjoy the atmosphere. We talked about that a few weeks ago. We really enjoy the atmosphere.
You don't even do haunted houses.
I don't. Like, I won't
Like,
go to a local
yeah.
haunted house. I'd never been to a haunted house before until we went to Halloween Horror Nights.
I have been to local haunts and they were sorely disappointing.
I will say, if you're considering it, I did wear earplugs this year, and it really helped me because I get a little sensory overload.
Or you play rock, paper, scissors before you go. So most of the houses, we played rock, paper, scissors between us and my sister to see who would lead the way.
I only had to lead once.
I think I led twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah. It was fine. I led us through the Fallout house. And
the least scary house that we went through.
Yeah. But I will say, if you're concerned, I would get you a good pair of earplugs. Like, it's still loud. You can still hear everything. You still hear them jumping out at you. My sister-in-law said I was cheating, but I don't care.
Well, when she was leading, she was over there. They're coming out here. They're coming out there.
And I'm like, don't do that.
All right. What's your next question?
All right. How is getting, this is more about hotel. So we do have videos coming. We did a vlog for HHN. We did vlogs at Epic. And then we have a full review for Stella Nova coming. So I'm going to skip over hotels. I do want to mention, we stayed at Stella Nova.
Yeah.
And I loved it.
It was good.
If you're going to Epic.
Yes. So like, my parents have some mobility issues, so they had to take scooters. So me being impatient like I am, while they're loading their scooters, I would just take the walk to Epic. Literally, when the bus pulls out, it just goes to the end of the drive for the resort.
Straight across.
Go to the red light, go straight across the interchange and then into Epic. So
yeah,
but it's still like a 10, 12-minute walk.
Yeah. I timed it 3 times, and the longest one was the first day, and we were kind of just like moseying over there, and I think it took us 15 minutes. The other 2 times it took, like, one was like 10 and one was 12. We walked it a decent amount.
I beat y'all a couple of times just walking it versus
loading
the bus with
they loaded it a couple of times because they were running out of battery.
Yeah.
And then Penelope was crying about her legs hurting too bad.
Well, she walked a lot.
She did. But other than that, I enjoyed the hotel. Like I said, we do have a full review coming.
It's very convenient if you're going to Epic. It is much less much less convenient if you're going to the other parks.
Yes, that was the one thing that I would say. If you're spending most of your time at the other two parks or Volcano Bay, I would maybe not do the newer hotels. Just because we found a couple of days, and it may have been because, well, it was still busy, so that didn't make sense. It seemed like their bus was only coming like every 30 minutes for there.
On Friday, my sister left after lunch to go back and rest while we stayed at Islands, and it took her
An
an hour to get back.
Mhm. Which was crazy.
Sounds like, which, I mean, we never saw that ourselves, but
Mm-mm.
still, like right in the middle of the day, 1 o'clock or so, and it took an hour to get back. So
Yeah.
even a Disney bus is not that far away.
No.
I mean, 15 to 20 minutes seems about right for a Disney bus if you're going to like
Yeah.
Pop Century or All Star from the Magic Kingdom. I'm thinking, but
And most of the other times it seemed like, now I timed it from when we were pulling off
yeah,
and pulling back on, so not waiting for the bus and getting there. So that probably had a variance, but I would say it took us about 10, 15, maybe the uppers of 25 minutes to go to the main
depending on
parks.
what time of day, because
Mhm.
unfortunately you're having to go through Orlando traffic to
Mhm.
get to.
And it seems like there's this one light.
It seemed to wait forever.
Yes. Like every time there was one curve they have to turn.
Almost like 10 minutes. It almost felt like
Yeah.
we didn't time it specifically, but that's what it felt like.
All right. What was the best meal or snack of the trip?
Best meal or snack? Best meal, I'm gonna go with Mythos.
That was really good.
Yes, I like. We've never eaten Mythos before. We always go by it. We talk about eating it, but we've never decided. We don't really do a lot of the sit down restaurants at
Yeah, 'cause
Universal.
we snack a lot.
But my sister
Wanted to try it.
insisted, so we went. So okay, we went, and it was really good. The theming inside was really cool. I mean,
I agree. It was really good. And
the
I think
staff was awesome. I mean, they were very attentive.
Mhm. The other thing I would highlight was that sandwich we had in Paris, Wizarding World Paris. That
shaved beef.
Yeah.
I was going to say that chicken sandwich at the
at the hotel.
Stella Nova.
Yeah.
I was shocked by that.
Mhm.
What was it? The
Pickled chicken sandwich.
Yeah, it was.
If you stay at Stella Nova, the pickled chicken sandwich
Yes.
is amazing.
Yes, it was. You will never want like Chick-fil-A or Popeyes ever again.
Mhm.
That was really good. It was.
And the food portions at Stella Nova were quite large.
We shared everything and were full.
Yeah.
Like what was the?
There
first,
was a croissant like this big.
we split, and then the potato wedges that came with it.
Mm-hmm.
Was it the first day we both got a plate, and that was a mistake. We
Yeah.
each got our own plate, and then the rest of the week for breakfast,
We split it.
we split everything. It was
Mhm.
a large portion for $12.
Yeah.
It was something. It wasn't bad considering the size and the portion you got.
Yeah, because they also had those same sandwiches as Grab and Go in the market.
Yeah, and it was only a couple without the fries or fruit bowl, and it was only a couple of dollars cheaper.
Yes, because my in-laws had did that, the Grab and Go, and then they bought like a separate cup of
Mhm.
fruit and then coffee, and then we had came through and got the plates, and he's like duly noted, and they switched it the next day.
Well, we didn't know. I mean,
Yeah, every one is a little bit different. We don't have any chats. Just wanted to check in that.
anyone have any questions for? If you're in the chat, HHN, Epic Universe, Stella Nova, Universal Studios, anything in general, put a question. We'd love to answer them.
Yes. I mean, overall, we had a great trip.
Yeah, it was a great time.
I did notice like there was a little bit of confusion, and I know Epic is still a new park.
Yeah.
A couple of times when we ordered, it was a little confusing on where to go. But I also think they were having some issues with like the app that day.
Okay. Yeah.
I
mean, look, I'll be honest. Epic, I love Epic. I love the atmosphere of Epic, but it's got some growing pains to
Mhm.
go through. I mean, I can't. We just about an hour ago before we come on, they announced that guy had died from Stardust Racers from blunt force trauma to the head.
Yeah.
No, that's all we know. No other information, but still, I mean, I've never been to Universal. How is HHN structured versus a Disney party? All right, that's a good question. They are, in all honesty, completely different.
Yes. So if we compare it to, say, Mickey's Not So Scary, you kind of have a set scheduled with Mickey's Not So Scary. You know when the parade is, you know when the fireworks, and then they have the characters out that you can go meet, and then they have the candy spots.
You go around, the candy spots, and then all the rides are open, right? And then you have these exclusive snacks.
Yes. Halloween Horror Nights, the difference is it's the full park. Not all of the rides are open. You just have like a few heavy hitters that are open. There's food booths set up.
The food booths only open up during HHN, and they're all themed to each house has its own food. Well,
yeah, each house, because there was one for the dolls.
Yes.
And then they have specialty ones. There's a couple of specialty bars that are open. You have the HHN bar, and there was another one.
There was all those Fanta bars. So this year they started something different. So the event doesn't start officially till 6:30. So you can't, if you don't have an annual pass or you didn't get the
Stay and Scream.
The Stay and Scream pass that lets you in early, you have to stand outside the gate until 6:30.
Yes.
And then you do get to see the opening ceremonies.
Right.
But if you have an annual pass or the Stay and Scream, you have to go get this. They started this one this year. You go get a wristband at one of the pickup spots, and then that started at 3. And then at 4, you could start getting in line for your houses. And they don't all open at
the same time.
They're staggered. So we went straight to, like I said, they were in the same area, but the Five Nights at Freddy's house was just already slammed. We went to the WWE Horrors of the Wyatt Six or something like that. We were pretty close in line, and that one opened at 5:15. And then we went from there straight to Fallout.
That opened at 5. Yeah, they had 3 houses that opened at 5:15. They had a few more open at 5:45, and then the rest open at 6.
And then at 6:30, the rest of the people are allowed into the park.
So, I mean, the main difference is with Halloween Horror Nights, it's more of a go at your own pace. You don't have to be here by certain times unless you're going to go see Nightmare Fuel, which is the big dance thing.
Show,
There's not a parade or anything like that.
No, there's no parades, but you do have 5 scares. You have 10 houses and then 5 scare zones, which are haunted, themed areas within the park itself. So you just walk through walk down the street, and
they interact with you.
They interact with you, jump out and scare you.
It's kind of my favorite part is the scare zones, because they're we were staying. So this year they didn't have typically at the beginning of the park they have this big ceremony when it opens, and this year they had my understanding is there was mini ones in each scare zone.
Okay.
So when the cat lady came out, that was part of her thing she was doing throughout the night.
Oh, okay.
So we sat there and watched that, and the creepy mutated cat things kept coming over and messing with me.
I'm recording it, and the cat people are trying to get into my video.
Yeah. But it's definitely, they say Halloween Horror Nights is geared for 13 and up, and I do see that. That's why we didn't take Penelope, and I hesitate taking her.
We'll just have to see how she feels next year.
Yes, and I will say that the Nightmare Fuel show is very adult themed.
Nothing, it's not. I guess you could say it's a little risque, but it's nothing.
They're dressed.
Yes, it's not. It's not a nudie show, but it's risque, I guess.
Yeah, I would say it's the dancing but it has a lot of
There's a story going on at the same time.
not per se. Like you have,
not
are there
there.
any special meet and greets? There's not like characters to go interact with, but
Yes.
there's like the scare zones.
The scare
walk
zones,
through.
the scare actors in the scare zones will stop and take a picture with you. Typically,
Yeah,
the closest thing this year, which was a first, was
Art the Clown.
Art the Clown, which we were not able to see. We walked around looking for him, but we didn't get to see him. But
We didn't stay in that area
well, from what I saw, he's not in like one particular area.
Yeah,
He
he's
is
roaming the park.
He's roaming the whole park, so you don't know where he's going to be at. I seen footage of him in like stores
Yeah,
and just walking around, just generally walking around the park.
yeah.
Would have been cool to see, even though he is. creepy
Yeah, a
as
couple
crap,
of
but-
years ago when we were there, they had a group of Megans come out and do
and
like
dance.
dance,
Yeah.
like her dance randomly throughout the night.
And that's
So I think this Art was kind of similar. He wasn't dancing, but he was just roaming throughout the whole park whenever he wanted to.
well, that's kind of my complaint. Like the Megan thing, we didn't get to see the Megan that night, that trip, but you never knew when they were going to be out.
It's not a set time.
Yes, there's no set time, which is kind of a complaint. So when the weather's bad, the scare actors don't come out into the scare zones.
Yeah.
But once it clears up and the streets clear, then the scare actors come out. So, but you can't tell me they don't know when the Megans were coming out to dance.
I do agree with that. I understand why they don't give set times because in Diagon Alley,
Oh yes, that's another one. I forgot to mention that.
Cody, you would so in Diagon Alley during the season, they have the Death Eaters come out. And this year they did a little bit more of a show.
Yes.
And they had audio, they had he shall not be named.
Voldemort.
Voice. They had his voice.
He's dead.
And they're like,
Harry Potter
where
killed
Harry
him.
Potter is. I will fight. Like this whole thing.
They're walking around Diagon Alley looking for
Harry Potter. Yeah. So that was fun. It was just so crowded because people knew they were coming.
Yes.
And we couldn't really get you got good footage, but not as good as we had before because there was just so many people.
It was hard to get some good shots just because there were so many people crowding around
swarming around them.
Yes.
That we hadn't seen in the past. Like when we went a couple years ago, they were just more interacting with everybody.
Yeah. We got you got a video 2 years ago of them scaring my sister to death.
Yeah.
She claims she was acting it up, but yeah.
I need to reshare that short.
Yeah, there you go. That's
But that's really the only kind of special meet and greets they have at Halloween Horror Nights. It's fun. I see why the locals enjoy it.
Oh, I would definitely, if I was local, I would definitely have the is that frequent fear pass?
Mm-hmm.
I would definitely have. I'd go a couple times a week.
No, you don't get any free snacks or desserts with
Nothing's
the event
free,
ticket.
no. Unless I would argue it's not free, unless you do premium Scream Night.
That's true.
Very first night.
Or the RIP tour.
Yes.
They give you, so if you do an RIP tour, you do get
that's only a couple $100 a person.
Plus your ticket.
Yes. On top of your ticket.
Yeah. And then the first night, the premium Scream Night, they do include all the food with your ticket price. But I don't know that I would say it's
not free because you're paying like what, $400 a person.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be limited ticket sales so you can get into all the houses, but from what we saw this year, they just started that last year. It looked like it wasn't that limited this year.
Yeah.
So the
it did
complaints
sell
we've
out
seen
this
online
year.
was that the crowd level was crazy this year for premium Scream.
Yeah, it did sell out this
year. And then RIP, yeah, you get some food. You get a personalized tour through all the houses.
Mm-hmm.
Like they tell you, they'll walk you through. You get to jump ahead of the express line, and they tell you the story for each of the houses and each of the scare zones before you go through them. And then there's the what was it, the exclusive RIP bar or something like that?
Lounge or something like that.
Something
Yeah.
like that, yeah.
They
We're-
have like snacks and stuff, is my
Yes.
understanding, prior to going on the tour. If you go to the RIP tour, it's kind of like their take on a VIP tour that they do during the day. I think they serve breakfast for those.
I don't know.
We heavily debated getting express pass for the houses.
I will say that if you're not,
That's the one we already answered.
okay, you either need, especially with the crowd levels this year, you need either 2 nights or you need express passes.
Yes. I wish we would have done the express. We didn't do it because it was going to be like 200
400?
a piece.
Yeah,
And plus on top of the ticket we already bought.
but we would have got to bypass most of the crowds and saw probably all the houses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, the line is still going to be long for some of your heavy ones, but we would have got to do more. Yes. Typically, I did see a couple
Yeah,
that were
that's-
shared this time, which we
that-
thought was very odd. But
That we saw that this time, which we were really in the past. Each hotel had its own bus. Now
Mhm.
you have the 4 top hotels at the main Universal site that also has the water taxi that takes you to City Walk. But then we saw it looked like they were combining resorts and buses together, like
Aventura and Cabana Bay.
yeah, and then Hard Rock and Portofino Bay, which really surprised me because those are 2 of your top resorts for Universal.
I will say, to be fair with those two, they're in walking distance.
But
So-
yeah, we saw that at Epic Universe though.
Well, that's true. Yeah. So normally, this is the first time we've seen them share buses, but
Yes.
typically you have each hotel has its own bus.
And then if you go to Volcano Bay, which is the water park, you have to go to City Walk, follow the signs, and then take the bus from City Walk. City Walk is the central hub. It's kind of like
Disney
Disney
Springs.
Springs.
That's what I always compare it to. Is
yes,
Disney
it's the
Springs.
closest thing. Disney Springs is bigger than City Walk, but City Walk's the central hub. So the original 2 parks are right beside each other, and you get to them through City Walk.
Yeah. I'd say the main difference between like Disney Springs and City Walk is more food.
Yeah,
where,
you have all this other stores and stuff. You've got a lot more restaurants. It's
yeah,
Disney
you
Springs
have.
as well.
I mean, Disney Springs is probably twice, if not 3 times, the size of City
If
Walk.
I wasn't going to Universal, I wouldn't probably make a trip to go to just a City Walk.
No, probably not. Where we have taken time to go to
Yeah,
Disney Springs to eat. What modes of transportation are? So at Universal, most of the hotels, like all the hotels, do buses. The ones right there nearby has the water taxis. They have walking paths.
so you have actually you can walk from any of the main ones.
I
on
mean,
site.
you can walk from the other ones. I don't know
Yeah,
that
I
you
wouldn't-
want
I
to.
wouldn't recommend it. So the 2, trying to collect my thoughts. Just because the original hotels are all right there,
Mhm.
relatively close to City Walk.
Yeah.
So we've done the walk regularly from Royal Pacific, and it's 10-minute
minutes
walk.
most.
Hard Rock,
That's
and,
with us, Dragon Penelope.
Yeah.
I don't want to walk.
Hard Rock and Portofino Bay are Hard Rock's probably not probably it is the closest
Hard
in
Rock.
walking.
yeah.
Yeah, Hard Rock is the closest in walking distance, and then Portofino Bay they're on the same path.
Mhm.
Portofino Bay is probably a 10-minute. I have beat the
The water taxi. Yeah, Penelope likes to take the water taxi when we stay at some of those.
Like leaving the resort and going to the park, yeah, water taxi's faster. But if I'm leaving the park at park closing, walking is faster.
Mm-hmm.
But then the other resorts do have their own buses.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the 2 endless summer resorts, Dockside and Surfside, which they're actually not on the Universal property.
No, they're
They're
over there
down-
near
Universal Drive.
They're a part,
Or
like you
Universal
pass them
Boulevard?
going to Epic
Yes.
Universe area.
They're a couple of miles away from it in the city. And so you'll take the bus there, and then you have the Epic Universe resorts, which are Stella Nova, Terra Luna, and Helios Grand.
Yeah. And then
And they each have their own bus as well.
with a season pass for Universal, do you get to park hop? Yes.
Yes.
There are 2 different options with season pass. I mean,
Unless
they
you go to
have
Epic Universe.
true. So they have 4 different options for season passes, and anybody can buy them. They're not restricted to if you're out of state or not. I think it's like, I don't know, maybe $30, $40 more for us to be out of state, if that. I don't think it was a whole lot when I looked at them
Yeah,
last.
it wasn't a huge.
And they range from like your seasonal pass, I think is maybe 3 something up to $1,200 for the prime. No, 9 something for the top
I'm going to
pass.
say we're preferred. We're not premier.
Yeah, premier.
But you also have currently, since Epic Universe is not included in the annual pass right now, but they have a 2-park and a 3-park pass. So 2-park gets you to Studios and Islands of Adventure, and then the 3-park pass has Volcano Bay.
Yes.
Included, the water park, which is probably the best water park I've ever been to. But
yeah, like if
there's also a huge jump for us to jump from to the 3-park.
Yeah, like it was something like if we were local and we were going to go to the water park more, it would definitely be. But coming from out of state, we probably wouldn't go to it enough.
We don't go normally for week-long trips.
Yeah.
We usually just do
long weekends,
2 to 3 days, and then we come back to South Carolina.
But yes. Their season passes are pretty
like
varied.
We're the second from the top.
Next to the top.
Or that's what I mean. Anyway, because we don't have blackout dates. So the two lowest ones have blackout dates, and the top pass, the only difference between our pass and the top pass is they get express pass after 4 p.m.
They also get a free HHN ticket, and they get prime parking.
Yes. Okay.
And they have 15% discount versus 10.
Okay. Yes. Price difference.
Let me pull it up. It's not horrible.
What are the perks of these perks? Okay, so you do get annual pass holder rate for your resort, correct?
Yes.
We get 10% off of any merch or food. Doesn't include alcohol. We get the top 2 passes do get access to early park admission. So the early park admission is for the top 2 pass tiers, and then the resort guests, for all resort guests.
Yeah, I was just pulling up the difference between.
Then you do get some. They will do seasonally. They will have exclusive pass holder merch.
Yeah, we got a discount off of a single night at Halloween Horror Nights.
Okay, yeah. But like you bought the pass holder cup this year for HHN, but they checked, they verified your pass before they let you buy. You also get access to
compare prices. Okay, here it is.
Pass holder lounge.
Yeah.
Okay, there's your prices.
So for your 2-park seasonal pass, which is the bottom one, it's $425, and then $475 for the power pass.
I don't know the difference.
The main difference was blackout dates,
okay,
yeah. Because we had considered those. Like when we did ours, I had a whole spreadsheet, and
yeah, blackout dates were the big factor.
And then the preferred and premier, the preferred is $630, and then the premier, which is the top one, is $905.
That's a big jump, though.
Yeah, because I really wanted to do the premier this time around when we renewed, but I couldn't justify that big of a jump.
Yeah, especially considering like the Express Pass after 4 sounds great, but the parks have this habit of closing early.
Mm-hmm. Florida residents, it's not that much difference. It looks like it's maybe a $325 and $375. Didn't I say that for the regular too? It looks like they may be the same price. Okay, there's $100 difference
Okay, so you save $100.
if you're a Florida resident. They're all the time the pass holder rates. Now they vary, like they only release, it seems like, a certain amount for each hotel. But you just got to keep looking. It seems like as it gets closer, sometimes they'll release more, is what we have found.
Mhm.
So if there's a certain hotel that we are looking for, like when we've gone in December, we like to stay at one of the ones with Express Pass. So I'll just keep looking at those until I find a rate that I'm comfortable with.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's typically anytime. Yeah, the hotels are tiered. When you say tiered, do you mean as in the different levels, like deluxe, value, when you're thinking of like Disney, or do you mean like pricing tiered, like discount tiered?
I think either way, it's the same. Yes, they are tiered. So you have,
Okay, like deluxe, moderate.
yes,
So they call them a little bit different. Like where Disney, you have your deluxe, moderate, and valued. Deluxe would be like prime collection.
so the big thing.
They just changed the names.
Yeah,
on
they
those.
changed the names, so we still haven't got the names quite straightened out. What they were, we remember what they used to be called, but there's
Signature collection.
yes.
Sorry.
There you go.
So deluxe would be like your signature collection at Universal, and then they have value ends and suites, and
Is there 4 or 5 for the signature?
prime value.
Because
There's
they reclassified some of the hotel resorts recently.
4. There's 5. 5.
So the original like prime hotels they had, Portofino Bay, Hard Rock Hotel, and Royal Pacific give you unlimited Express Pass upon check-in. But then they added this year Sapphire Falls
and Grand Helios.
and then the Helios Grand, but they don't get Express Pass.
Correct.
Which is by all accounts, from what we've seen, the Sapphire Falls is one of the most beautiful, but I can't see paying that signature price if I'm not getting the Express Passes included.
Right. And that's the main reason we've never stayed at Sapphire Falls, is because, yes, it's a beautiful hotel. It's actually one of the better rated hotels in the area.
But
you don't get Express Pass, and it's typically higher. Like it normally has that price point. So I struggle with paying for that and not getting the Express Pass. Do the parks open? So typically it varies. So in the summer, they're going to stay open. Like during your holidays, of course, they're going to be open later. And then, but I would say on average, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Yeah. So, and it is a common complaint we have had with the Universal. Well, apparently they rent the parks out for corporate events a lot.
It seems like it.
Yeah, we've been there and the parks close at 7:00, and
It could just be when we go, because we're always going around
apparently
like a
we're going
holiday.
during corporate event season, apparently. But like right now through November, I guess through the 1st of November, Wednesday through Sunday, studios will close at 5 p.m.
Yeah, for the after hour event.
And then HHN.
Yeah.
But they also do like 4 times a year Orlando Informer event, or I guess Orlando Informer meetup,
Yeah.
which seems like a really cool event. If anybody wants to share this Orlando Informer, we would love to go. Please send us an email. We would love to go. It seems like a super cool event, but
They do update the app fairly well. They normally give you like 90 days, 60 days in advance. They're not closing it just to close early typically.
I also wonder if they have some sort of like city ordinances, because they are in the city.
They might.
Some like noise ordinances and stuff.
Yeah, like
That's
looking
why they don't
at
have a whole lot of fireworks compared to Disney.
tomorrow's hours, it's similar to when we were there last week. Studios, of course, is 8 to 5.
Yeah.
And then Islands is 9 to 8, which has early park admission at 8. Epic is 10 to 10. And
That's my complaint. Like, I love being in Islands of Adventure after dark. I don't understand why they're not open at 10, 11 o'clock. Same way with Epic. And I go back to might be that noise ordinance kind of stuff. But like Epic should be open to 11, 12 o'clock at night.
yeah, I definitely wish they stayed open earlier. Like when you go to Magic Kingdom, you know it's going to be open at least till 10.
Yeah.
But do they announce closing as well?
They
do, like, as far as like if anything's attractions are closing or anything like that, they do.
Yeah.
And also at Epic, they were closing the ride in the Wizarding World early,
Yes.
so they had to sign up,
So
letting you know.
that ride is still undergoing a lot of maintenance and I guess you say engineering work. They're still working on the ride.
Yeah.
It's still our first day. We took my parents on it, and it got shut down halfway through the ride, and we got, I guess, evacuated off of it. Really,
Mm-hmm.
We did get express, and we were allowed to come back through the second day. But yeah, it still has. The second time we did get to ride, I think it was only the second time we've ever seen the ride
all the way through
without any issues.
Yeah.
I mean, so it definitely has some issues they have to work on. The whole park, it's a really cool park, but there's still a lot of stuff they got to get worked through.
Mm-hmm.
We kind of, because we are big Universal fans, we did nitpick a lot of stuff.
We did. Like, I think we noticed things that most people would not. Yes, all hotel guests get early park admission. Right now, they're doing early park admission for Islands of Adventure it's an hour open every day, and they do an hour at Epic.
Yes.
No, not all of the rides are open during early park admission. It's certain sections. Like at Islands, you have the Wizarding World and Velocicoaster open. And then at Epic, you have Super Nintendo World and Stardust Racers. And they did open Monsters Unchained and Dark Universe. They don't, at the moment, have extended hours for hotel tier.
They don't do that.
No. It's not like where if you stay in a deluxe at Disney, you get to stay later to like Magic Kingdom or Epcot.
No.
I mean, it'd be nice because we like seeing the parks at night.
Yeah, we love being in the parks at night.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if it's Disney or Universal. We enjoy being at night.
Mm-hmm. It's nice because it's just everything's lit up and it's beautiful.
So like Islands has the giant lagoon across in the middle. So I love that. Just the lights of the different lands reflecting on the lagoon.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite parts of that park.
Yeah, I see that as a perk for deluxe. We've never stayed at a deluxe at Disney. We're staying at a moderate this time when we go in January. We're gonna stay at.
That's her.
Yeah. We're staying at.
Hang on.
Oh, I'm thinking it's one of the. Sorry, Penelope heard a real noise. No, not Caribbean. I was looking there and So we get a discount through the travel agency, and it went away before I go to big River or something. It's not the French Quarter, but the other one. Yes, Port Orleans Riverside. We're staying there for the first time in January. Yep. I'm excited to see it. It looks beautiful. We watched a few resort hotel videos on it. We've only ever stayed at Pop Century or All Stars. So I'm excited to check it out. Okay, we'll have to definitely do that. Water taxi to Disney Springs. That will be fun.
We're doing this live. What's wrong? I thought you had your tablet.
Penelope's bored. You'll have to give us some tips. We went to Disney last year, but any new places we should check out? I'm definitely going to do the Pirate Lounge in Magic Kingdom. And I was thinking at Animal Kingdom, we've always just ate quick service meals. I kind of want to do, there's a lounge there. Oh, cool. We've looked at that, a Jungle Skipper Cantina, but we've never ate there before. Yeah, I am working on an itinerary. I say itinerary, I try not to overplan, but I like to have like point of references of where snacks I want to try, restaurants, ideas, things like that. Kind of like in my notes section to fall back on. Welcome back.
She heard a noise.
We are talking about Cody's going in 3 weeks.
How many trips is that? Where's he going? Jungle? What? Jungle Skipper Cantina.
Beignets. Penelope loves a good beignet.
Oh, yes. Wait, I'm trying to catch up. Jungle Skipper Cantina. Yes, I want to go there. We've never done that.
Mm-mm.
You recommend the duck. I have the beignets now at
Tiana's.
Oh, Tiana's? Okay, yeah. Penelope loves some beignets, so we'll have to do that.
5, but who's counting? I mean, that's what I say about Universal. Steven's like, you keep making us go on these trips. Making is a loose term there.
Yeah, you're really twisting my arm. Yeah, I was going to say, I thought you could only get the beignets at
the resort, but they added it.
At the French Quarter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just recently added. Okay.
You came up on my feed. Good luck on hitting other. Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for watching. We're just a couple of theme park nerds to hang out.
Yep. We just want to talk theme parks with other nerds.
We've just been chatting about our trip last week to Universal Orlando. And we're talking about planning a trip coming up here in January to Disney. I'm trying to figure out someone to go with in December.
I mean, your family sounds like a good option.
We're going the end of December. We're probably driving down like New Year's Day.
Yeah, I think that's what we're going to have to do.
Yeah, Penelope's dancing in.
Yep. That's her. It will be her second time dancing.
Oh, they tapped out.
Yeah, you might need a new family then. What do you mean they don't have 6 weeks of vacation, Cody?
Hey, that's my biggest complaint is I don't have enough vacation time. Like, Steven's probably lucky that I don't have enough vacation time.
I have 6 weeks of vacation and I don't have enough vacation time.
I'm always trying to figure out, when can I take another trip? For someone who's going to Universal for the first time, what are some of the major differences between there versus someone who visits Disney?
All right. So I'm trying to think how to word all this. I
I'd
got a
say
lot of thoughts going on in my
right
head
off
now.
the bat. The biggest thing is the size. The Disney complex is massive.
Yes,
There's
Universal
so
is
many
not
more
so much.
hotels, restaurants, everything with Disney. So with Universal,
Yes.
it is much more contained. You have the 4 parks now, and one of them being a water park, and you only have
2 sit-down restaurants per park.
Yes, I mean you have a lot more in City Walk
Yes.
that you can go right outside the park and eat
Yeah, they're
at.
walking distance. So I mean, you could be. What did we walk from? Like the front, from the back of. Yeah. So we walked the back of Universal Studios Florida to City Walk and then over to Islands in like 20 minutes,
Yeah,
maybe.
yeah, it's a lot more walking. A couple of notes that I figured out on this trip is while Universal is wheelchair accessible, it is not as wheelchair accessible friendly as Disney.
Yes.
Disney also has more little kid rides, as in there's more rides that little kids, older family, like everybody's going to enjoy, where Universal, I don't feel like they have as many.
Yes. Universal it taps more into the thrill ride.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm hoping they're going to fix this going forward, because I know they're doing a lot of work in the other 2 parks, but in the past they've relied heavily on screen-based rides.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they're working to correct that. Now, I think Epic Universe did fix some of their issues.
Right.
Where they did use screen-based rides, but they mixed animatronics in with the rides.
And I'd also say another major difference would be like little kids. Like we took Penelope for the first time to Disney at 4, and she loved it. She rode everything she wanted to. She even rode a few things that I wasn't ready for her to ride.
Mm-hmm.
The Tower of Terror being one of them.
Yes.
But at Universal, while there is kid-friendly rides, there's not as many.
Yes.
And I could see where little ones could be bored.
Yes, but they also do have dedicated areas for
They do.
little
Like they
ones
have
as well.
very themed
You
playgrounds.
have Minions Land.
Mm-hmm.
You do have all in one park. You do have Minions Land, and you do have DreamWorks Land plus ET. And you also have, even if they're not big enough to ride the roller coaster, Escape from Green Guts, they still have Diagon Alley and all the magic stuff and that interactive.
Yeah.
So there is a lot for them to do in studios for kids.
Are there a good amount of characters? So yes and no. The biggest thing is where at Disney, where you have designated areas where the characters come out and they give you times for the characters, or you have like the princess area where you could go meet them all day, or up front where you could go meet Mickey all day. That's not the case at Universal. The biggest place to meet characters is at Universal Studios and down Hollywood Boulevard. They have characters that come out throughout the day.
You'll see this. Simpsons, the Scooby Gang,
Marilyn
Monroe and the Diamond Bellas, and
it's older characters too.
Beetlejuice.
Now over at DreamWorks, you do see Shrek and Donkey, Fiona. They have the
Trolls,
cat from
Puss in Boots.
Yes. You have the
Gabby?
newer one. Yeah, Gabby Playhouse, something like that.
The Trolls.
The Trolls characters come out.
Now, I have seen at Islands the King Julian.
Yes, he comes out and dances with people. He does like a dance party. Tigress, maybe?
From Kung Fu Panda. I don't remember.
Yes.
From Kung Fu Panda. Now, you do have the raptor encounter at Islands of Adventure.
That is fun.
But it's...
You never know if it's a baby raptor or the adult raptor.
Or they'll also have the Triceratops, baby Triceratops.
We've never met her.
Really? I thought I had pictures of the baby Triceratops.
We've had pictures of them like walking through but we didn't get to do like the meet and greet with her. But it's not like if you're a Disney person, it's not going to be like your typical.
They also
Meet and
have
greet.
some like dated stuff like Betty Boop. We've seen well
Popeye
and Olive Oil at Island. So I know it's like I get who the characters are, but younger kids may not understand.
When we were leaving Islands Friday night, going back to the hotel,
the Marvel characters.
Yes. When we were leaving Friday night, what was the role? Woody Woodpecker was outside. He was over there by Big Fire. He had like some kind of dance party going on.
You also have Seuss characters.
Yes. Seuss Landing is the best place, especially at Christmas, because all the Who's come out. The Grinch comes out. It's my favorite.
I know.
But you can meet several Marvel characters. In the new park, there's a few more roaming characters at Epic. In the Wizarding World, you have some students wandering around, and they'll talk to you about being a Hufflepuff and about the animals and things like that.
You have the Auror?
Yes. He's going around and make sure you have license for your wands.
Yeah. And
he's kind of looking for Grindelwald. And then
the best one
Igor,
which we haven't actually seen him. We didn't see him at all on the last trip, which we didn't spend that much time. But you have at Dark Universe, you have Igor and the Invisible Man.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, they also have the violinists walking around that are playing music and telling stories.
Yes, and you have the Bride and Frankenstein you can meet.
Frankenstein, yeah.
That one's a little harder to get into. At least it was for us this trip because Penelope wanted to meet the Bride, and we walked up to it twice right at time, and they had already closed it because there was people waiting for them to open it.
I still think the best meet and greet area is Isle of Berk. Because you have Rough Nut and Tough Nut walking around the island, the land, and Astrid and Stormfly. Like you have designated meet and greet areas for Hiccup, Toothless together sometimes it's Hiccup. And then also Gobber by his workstation.
Yeah.
But those other characters are walking around the land.
Yes. And the only other one I can think of is you've got Bumblebee, Optimus, and the silver dude, Megatron.
At Studios, yes. I forgot.
And Beetlejuice. But I will say it's not like if you love meeting characters and getting them to sign an autograph book, I don't think they do that here. It's more of a saying hi and getting your picture taken type thing. I haven't seen anybody sign.
You also have Doc Brown from Back to the Future that just wanders around.
Yeah.
He doesn't have a designated spot. He just walks around.
Yep. So it's different than Disney, but there are plenty of characters.
Yes, there's a lot of characters.
You could really probably spend a whole day going around and doing characters. At least at Studios.
Yep.
All right. We have been live for over an hour. Thank you all for joining us. You ready to wrap up? I think we're caught up with the chat. Thank you for all your great questions. And please join us back next week. I am not sure. Thank you. Not sure what we're going to talk about, but we will post it. And we'll see you all next week. Bye.